Deep in the lands of Zaron, the humans of Koopa Keep struggle to stay alive as they are attacked by the wicked Drow Elves of Larnia. Darkness falls as the humans beg their king to save them, a noble king known only as the Grand Wizard. For 1,000 years, the battle has been waged, with only the bravery of the Grand Wizard to protect his human followers. But even though the Wizard King is so undeniably cool, the Drow Elf armies continue their attacks. They seek the humans' most treasured relic, the Stick of Truth. But the tides of war soon change, as news of a new kid spreads throughout the land. In order to save the humans, the Grand Wizard must get to the new kid before the Drow Elves can manipulate his mind and use him to take the sacred relic from human hands. For whomever controls the stick controls the universe.
Here's a game that I paid attention to a lot, but I didn't really know what to expect from it. Like at first I was like, oh yay, a South Park game, you know, that looks really good. And that was about my extent of it. And now here we are, and ladies and gentlemen, the Stick of Truth is out, and damn is it amazing. The absolute best feature is the fact that Matt Stone and Trey Parker have had the balls to do what no one else has done before in the video game industry, and that is to push the boundaries of what is acceptable. Okay, maybe I'm lying, maybe other people have tried to do that before, but no one's really done what these guys have done here, and that says a hell of a lot. But something else, let's switch gears, something else that's really impressive is the fact that this has to be the best licensed video game I've ever played in my life. Dick jokes included. Seriously, this is absolutely brilliant. It feels like you're playing in a South Park episode. It's just, I've never experienced anything like this. Not only from a visual aspect, but conceptually, this is really South Park. And the developers really need to be given credit here. Obsidian Entertainment, they did just such a bang-up job. All the way to the very concept I thought was brilliant. I mean, honestly, who here hasn't saved the world in their bedroom as a child? We all have. We all played with G.I. Joes or Barbies or whatever. You know, like it didn't matter if you're boy or girl, you created these adventures and this mystique and everything. And I love the way that the developers Obsidian were able to just take such simple concept and run wild with it. And the entire story and the satire is all so intelligent because it's wrapped around this super simple, normal, everyday aspect of life, which is basically using your imagination, having people play together, playing with toys, you know, just all these different things that I already mentioned, that it all comes together in such a brilliant way. Now, in terms of the actual game itself, well, it's a turn-based RPG, but you know what? I'm going to let Cartman explain it, because he can do a much better job than I can.
I'm gonna kick your ass. Clyde, you have to wait your turn. That's lame. No, Clyde, it's like olden times. You have to wait your turn, like in the Middle Ages, Clyde. I know it's lame, Clyde, but that's how we're fucking doing it. Alright, douchebag, bash Clyde's face in. Don't be shy. This does double damage. Oh, hell yeah, Clyde's your bitch.
You see, it all makes perfect sense now. But seriously, the gameplay is just fantastic. It takes a lot from Paper Mario series, whereby it's very simple, it's very light. I'm not going to go into the entire gameplay system right now. You can go ahead and read the full written review for that. But It's super easy to get into. I also really like the way the enhancement system works, which is reminiscent of KOTOR 2. That's Knights of the Old Republic 2, for those that don't know. Where basically your weapons and your armor have slots that you can fill with basically offensive or defensive enhancements, and they work really, really well because it's such a simple system that it really rewards you for trying new things, and there really is no proper way to play this game, and I really enjoyed that. Also really want to mention some of the epic boss battles. Now I don't want to give them away, but needless to say, you are going to fight enemies in situations where you have never ever fought them before in any game. There has been a little bit of criticism over the 4 available classes, the fact that weapons and things like that it doesn't really matter which class you are, you can still use a sword, for example, even if you're a mage. And, oh, by the way, I should mention that the 4 classes are Fighter, Mage, Thief, and Jew. Yes, that's right. Only in South Park would you have something like that. So, even though the weapons and armor have nothing to do with the class, I actually enjoyed that because you don't have to worry so much about all these small little trivial details. Instead, you can get to what matters, the game itself, and I really, really enjoyed that. To wrap this review up, I think I just want to say that this game surprised me more than I thought it would. As you can see, visually, it's absolutely gorgeous. It looks like you're playing an episode of South Park. The audio is exactly the same. All of the voices, all the songs, all just the craziness of South Park is here. And I wanted to mention that even if you aren't a fan of South Park, this still remains a very enjoyable video game to play. And that, I think, is probably the biggest compliment I can give it. It is an all-around blast to play. It will make you laugh out loud, and it's a far more intelligent video game than it appears on the exterior. I highly recommend you go check this one out. Do not let its appearance fool you. Take this game serious because it truly is a gem. For a lot more information, I really encourage you to go read the review at projectcoe.com.